Welcome everybody! Welcome. Markovas is here holding your hands today as we go into another topic that you might have never even given your mind ability to go to. And what would it be? Would it be Battlefront? Or, of course, you already know, it's in the title, obviously. So, what we need to think about today is about Lamarr. What exactly are we going to be thinking about? This little pest, this little crabby thing with its pincers and remove attributes of murder. Well, what we want to think about Lamarr is that Lamarr is the victim and not the. What we want to think about is how did Kleiner get to tame pet headcrab, which, as we've seen time and time again, doesn't exactly want to conform to his demands. He might be a scientist, but this animal has a mind on its own and it wants to be free. And yet Kleiner is trying all in his power to contain this poor animal within the confines of his laboratory. Dexter's laboratory? Welcome to Kleiner's laboratory. But you'd be asking, okay, what's the point of him wanting to have a pet headcrab? Well, there's a series of potential experiments we might have to think about, because Kleiner likes to experiment on things. And when it's kind of tricky to catch pigeons on your own, since, come on, those buggers have survived the combined invasion of Earth Enterprise. They've survived everything. They can survive an apocalypse, potentially even radiation clouds, radiation rain, and acidic bombs, which is the acidic rain pretty much.
But then you'd say, oh, pigeon survive acidic rain, then why pigeon is so stupid and fall in grain tower, be turned into pigeon bread?
That's a question for another time, which we shouldn't really talk about, because if you think about it, what's wrong with pigeon bread, right? Of course, you've got feathers and all that, yada yada, but in the end, you're getting more for the less money you give. You get more protein, of course, you get some bone. Nevertheless. So why does Kleiner have Lamarr? Experimentation purposes. And of course, he just studies the little bugger. And he has grown attached to the little bugger. The thing is, Lamarr wants to escape Kleiner. Lamarr wants to travel the world, to see, to experience something outside the damn laboratory. But old events lead to us. In short, old events lead to back to the laboratory. And in no way, shape, or form is Lamarr able to pierce through the metal grates that are containing the ventilation systems. But of course, the headcrab has to be very lucky to escape from the doorways, because who's gonna let her get out? Kleiner? Barney? Barney would probably try and kick her. Of course, we don't know if Lamarr is female or male. Altogether, we don't exactly even know if headcrabs have a gender, because they might be, whatever suits the need. All inclusive, a universal adaptation, the adapter that increases watts to whatever degree you need it to increase it.
But then I put the adapter in socket, and socket go buzz, and in buzz I now have to go to shop again to get new socket, because this burnt, a plastic get burnt, and potential copper become worthless.
Nonetheless, we understand the principles, we understand the basics, we understand why Kleiner is attached to Lamarr. Because what else does he get attached to? He lost a cat. He had a cat, and now he don't have a cat, and now nobody talks about that cat. Who knows what kind of atrocities he's been doing with all these animals? Who knows what kind of foul experimentation? How do you think he tests teleportation technology? Who do you think was going to be next after that cat? Who do you think was going to be the next test subject to see if this teleporter actually works? After what happened to that cat, It's very understandable for Lamarr to see the pattern. Yeah. First was the pigeons, then was the crows, then was the rats, and there were no more animals around the damn facility. Lamarr couldn't even find cockroaches at the closest power socket or dingiest corner inside the laboratory. Why were there no roaches? Why were there no rats? No more cats? No more nothing other than pale lifelessness. Why would Lamarr attack a crow when you get teleported? You get malfunction. You get teleported with malfunctions. Because she's hungry. What else is there to eat? There's nothing. There's an eternal emptiness surrounding everything. And the only choice of nutrition for Lamarr is whatever Kleiner gives her. And what is Kleiner supposed to give her? Huh? Breen's private reserve?
Here, Penny, drink it up, it give you superpower.
No, ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work, and Lamarr understands that. She understands that if she keeps going, she's gonna be the next test subject. Or she's gonna be the next dead animal inside the ventilation systems where nobody's gonna get her out of there. Because nobody's gonna go in there, first of all. Even like a feeding frenzy Vortigon. It's like even a starving Vortigon ain't gonna crawl from the dingiest vents where there's this stinking, wretched, disgusting, decomposing corpse. Ain't gonna do it. So if a disgusting hobo Vortigon ain't gonna do it, nobody is. And you pass away in that vent, you're gonna stay forever in that vent. And that's why I think Lamarr planned her escape. That's why Lamarr pretty much ruined the whole teleportation for Gordon Freeman. It was like, what do you think? G-Man just whispered in Lamarr's receptacles or whatever she has and said,
I have offer you can't refuse. And if you refuse, then I guess you'll be stuck here forever. Ha ha ha. But if you do what I say, you will have opportunity to escape this disgusting facility. I give you my briefcase and my word on it.
You get it? Lamarr was coaxed, not by Kleiner, but by the G-Man. Not really, Lamarr just knew that if she didn't escape, sooner or later, what happened to that cat was gonna happen to her. And wouldn't you do it? In the place of Lamarr, would you allow yourself to be subjugated to such extreme circumstances? Or you'd escape? Which is it gonna be? Oh, you trip a few wires, you trip a few sensors, you jump at the teleportation exactly when it's gonna happen, and you're free. And you can finally see the world as it is. You can finally see those vast desert dunes. You can see the sea. But there is no sea because the Combine drained it. How would you know that? Klein never told you about the world. All he told you about is how he was going to conduct the next experiment. All those calculations, all those unnecessary writings, all that theory which is like scattered in pages of analog memories. What's the point? And then you meet the world, and it's nothing that like the expectations you have for it. And then you be like,
but I must go back. I must go back. Or bad things might happen to me. Why am I in desert? Oh my god. Oh my god.
So Lamarr potentially chose to go back. Because Lamarr knew that even if the world was exciting, new and ripe for the taking, there was no better place than home. And home was that laboratory. Home was where Kleiner was. And even if he was going to try bad experiments, she believed that he probably had it in his heart to find just another cat. That is why, chat, Lamarr came back. Thanks for tuning by. and suggest what next should be. Otherwise, I'm going to suggest myself. And that suggestion will rule the next video potential. Go back, check out the live stream that's going to be very soon. I think tomorrow, if this video gets uploaded today. Stay awesome. And
watch some animations of in there. What are you waiting for?